Hi, I'm Kyle Bradbury from Truman High School, Tacoma. Here we clean and fix toys for needy children. It's a great organization. We do tons and tons of toys. We supply toys to lots and lots of kids here. And we get a lot of volunteers. In fact, most people who work here are actually volunteers. We have one unpaid employee named Linda Goldman. At Truman High School, a part of our curriculum is doing internships. They last for 9 to 12 weeks or 117 hours. And we just do them in the community. We set them up ourselves to make phone calls and stuff.
Tell me what happens when someone drops off a bag of toys. Like, what's the process that it goes through?
We put it in the storage room usually, and then it'll eventually get cleaned and fixed and put out in the toy.
And what's your favorite part about working at Toy Rescue?
Helping people. I mean, that sounds corny, but just I like to know that I'm making a difference.
Gotcha. And what's the favorite job you like to have here?
I like cleaning toys. It's kind of therapeutic. I like it.
Yeah. And how many days a week do you get to come here from school?
Two days and Thursdays,
Oh.
10 to 2.
I'm Carol Barkley, president of Toy Rescue Mission. I'm also the founder. And I've been asked to relate the origins of Toy Rescue Mission. There are two, hopefully quick little stories that I can share that contribute to the origins of Toy Rescue Mission. The first one is my passion and love for children and for children in need. And that comes from my early childhood. When I was 10 years old, my father gave me a Sears catalog and asked me to pick out a doll or something in it that I wanted for Christmas. I was born and raised in Hawaii, and my father didn't want to shop, and he didn't want to go into Honolulu to get, my Christmas gift, so he shopped out of the catalog. And so he purchased a gift for me and for my mother. I had shown him in the catalog, Sears catalog, what I wanted, and he decided that he asked me, I picked out a special doll, but her name was Poor Pitiful Pearl. And she was a pretty sad looking little doll. She looked like a little ragamuffin with patches on her clothes and a scarf over her long straight hair and raggedy hair and clothes. And my dad asked me, don't you want a pretty doll? And I said, no, I want Pearl. She needs a home and somebody to love her. And little did I know that Pearl would later be kind of a picture of me. I saw her as an orphan. And that was when I was 10 years old. When Christmas came, I had a Christmas party that day, December 13th. And after the Christmas party, my mother said, I want you to change your clothes. We're going into Honolulu. I said, well, why? And she said, well, the doctor put your daddy in the hospital for a rest. He was 40 years old. He had been working hard, and he just felt he needed a rest and have some tests done. At 7:30 that evening, my daddy died of a heart attack. Mm-hmm. But just before he died, he called my uncle to his bedside and said, I have a present for Carol and one for her mother, and they're in the hide-a-bed. I would appreciate it if you'd get them out, wrap them up, and put them under the tree for Christmas morning, because remember, that was December 13th. And so Christmas morning, here was my Poor Pitiful Pearl doll, which I still have the original doll to this day. Then, 2.5 years later, my mother passed away of breast cancer. I was an only child, and so I became the Poor Pitiful Pearl. I had to move here to Washington to live with grandparents that I scarcely even knew, and family that I didn't know. And I had to pick and choose what could come with me from my home. But my uncle said, when you pick something, it has to be what will go in a piano crate. The size of a piano. And of course, my Poor Pitiful Pearl doll came with me. And that's the passion behind the why. Because I know what it's like as a child to lose almost everything you own, your home and everything. And so the passion is to give to children that are in the same need. The second part of the story is that when I was a stay-at-home mom while my daughters were growing up, and when they got older and moved away from home, I was left with an empty nest. And I love children, so I knew I had to do something that involved children. And I love to go to thrift stores and make something out of nothing. So I would see all these good quality used toys. And I started calling social service agencies to see if they could use them. And indeed, some of them could. So I started refurbishing them. And voila, the end of the story hasn't come yet. We're still growing, and here we are.